Oh my goodness, y'all. I know y'all looking at this quality of this camera like, what is happening? Let me tell y'all something. I am in my office right now and was setting up and all that kind of good stuff. And then all of a sudden, my camera was like, I am done. I am not going to work how I need you to work. And now I'm stuck with the camera that's on the computer today. Okay. Because I wanted y'all to still see my face. And now you get to see more of my office. Or no, this is the same view, I guess you would see. But anyway, yeah, so let's get started, okay? Hey, y'all. This is the Intentional Living Podcast with SonjaW, and I am back to assist you with just starting off your week with a little less chaos today, okay? So, y'all, I am super I got this crazy looking video today. I'm live on Instagram as I've been doing in these past couple of weeks, and I'm actually gonna probably give our Instagram viewers a little treat. So that I at least have some good video of this podcast today, because this is wild. Can I just say this now? If y'all know me, y'all probably already know that I have a Google Pixel phone and a Mac. And I know people are like, you're so confused. Why did you do that? And I got the Mac because I've had Macs for years and they seem to last really long, right? But this onboard camera, built-in camera, horrible. Like, who? Why I spend all this money on this Mac for a camera that look like that? I don't understand. But anyway, let's get into it. As usual, we're going to go through all of the things that we do every single week to make sure that we are starting off our week with a little less chaos, okay? So the very first thing is that we're going to be talking about one good thing. That one good thing that helps us get our mindset correct for the week, right? I talk about this all the time, where I say that when you're thinking about something good, it allows you to see that you have so much more in you. Yeah. You have the ability to do amazing things because you did something good last week, or you did something that made you feel good last week, right? So for me, I got to do a couple of things that made me feel really good. And one of them was that I got to hang out with my friends at something called Seated with Strangers. I have a friend, she's amazing. She has such amazing talent and ability to produce great work, great creative work. And one of the things that she does is a podcast called Seated with Strangers. And then she also, along with that, does like different dinner parties in different areas of America with strangers. Isn't that cool? So we went up to this winery and just hung out with strangers, and it was great. We had great conversation. We learned about wine because my other friend, so not everybody was a stranger to me on this one. But my other friend, she is a I don't know the official titles. Oh, she's gonna kill me because I don't remember the official titles, but she understands wine and it's kind of like on the path to possibly being a sommelier, right? So she know all the things. Okay, so we learned a little bit about wine as well, and it was just really a good time. I think it's just so amazing to be able to have good conversations around friendship, around life, with people that you don't know, because for so long and for so much of our lives, we have our little circle and we don't go outside of it, right? We don't go outside of that circle. But I think sometimes it's important to push ourselves, even the introverts in us, because push ourselves to actually build community, because honestly, community is so important in life. Like, without it, you are not going to get as far as you're supposed to. There's so much research also on the power and importance of community. I'm gonna turn my camera just a little bit more so that I can kind of focus in on this. But yeah, like there's so much in the power of community. And then the other thing that I got to do today or this week was spend some really good quiet time. It was raining on Saturday, so if I was really gonna go to this Seated with Strangers thing, I could not go back home. I went out for something for another event, and I was just like, if I go back home, I'm not coming back out again. So I went to a coffee shop and took some time to just actually sit down and do my monthly review without a computer, without distractions. And it was just so good. I did my monthly review. I like thought through different things. It was amazing. Okay. All right. So I hope that you are thinking about the good things that you did last week so that as you're preparing for this week, you know that you have the capacity and the ability to do something amazing this week. Okay. All right. So now what's on the docket for us this week? Okay. Now, this is the second thing, the whole point to this podcast. The whole point to this podcast is that we are actually reviewing our week and preparing ahead of time so that we're not surprised when things go crazy or when we have appointments that were on our calendars for months. So I always talk about pulling out what's on the docket. What were the things that you had to get done or have to get done this week? Make sure that you are taking some time to actually look at those and plan out what you're going to do about it. So for me, this week is going to be busy because there's a lot going on. It's Mother's Day and it's going to be busy. So I am like really prepping myself a lot for this. So for instance, like I have a Mother's Day brunch to go to on Saturday. And I'm also like helping to cook for it. It's kind of cool. We're all gathering together and cooking for the mothers in our house. Hey Jen, oh my gosh, welcome. So we're talking about that what's on your docket this week, making sure that you are laying out the things that are on your docket so that you are not surprised. Okay. So yeah, so I got this Mother's Day brunch that I'm going to be going to. And then we have something at our church called Freedom Conference. So I'm going to be a part of that. And that's going to be amazing. So because of that, I know that I have to prep a lot at the beginning of and I'm having a photo shoot for my birthday. So like, yeah, all of this is happening this week. Pray for me. Pray for me. So anyway, I know all this is happening. So now I know I need to prep early in the week to make sure that I get it all done and that I don't kill myself while doing that. So I really encourage you to do the same. Take some time to look at your calendar, look at your appointments, kind of lay out what your week is going to look like and make sure that you're not going to be spreading yourself too thin, or if you are, that you prep well. Okay. All right, y'all. So now we're going to get into the intentional topic of the week. And actually, my Instagram folks are going to get a treat today. I usually cut it off at this point. But if you caught me earlier, y'all, my camera, which is in this corner, decided that it didn't want to work anymore. So unfortunately, my YouTube and Facebook folks are looking at a really yucky computer camera right now. And I wanted to at least have some good quality video of this. So we're going to stay on Instagram today. Now, if you want to catch this next week, then you're going to have to check me out on YouTube or Spotify if you want to listen to it. All right. So let's get into this intentional topic of the week. I hinted at it beforehand. And I wanted to talk about something that I like to call be rare. Okay. So it's so important that we're rare, that we're different in life, right? And one of the things that I talk about with intentional living, hey, welcome. Glad y'all are here. But one thing that I talk about with intentional living is that it's so important to be intentional. to be intentional with your life, right? So one thing that I thought of or broke down before was something called being rare. And rare stands for review, activate, reward, and evaluate or examine your next steps. Okay. And I was thinking about this or looking this up and looking at research. And, people make such grand promises to themselves every single year, right? And you forget about them in like the first 6 weeks. Actually, I read a Times article that 80% of people, 80% forget their New Year's resolutions, whatever those are, because they ain't goals. Anyway, 80% of those people forget their New Year's resolutions or sometimes even their goals by February. February? You forget them in 4 weeks. That's wild, right? But we at Intentional Living are rare, right? You see what I did there? You see what I did there? We at Intentional Living are rare. So we're going to be doing things that are different from from what others do, okay? And that is being rare. Again, review, activate, reward, and evaluate. Now, I'm going to break down each one of these over the next few weeks here at Intentional Living podcast. But today we're going to focus on the first R in being rare, and that is to review. It's so important that when you are intentional in your life that you're reviewing each thing that you have laid out for your life regularly, that there's a regular cadence to what you're doing in life, okay? What you're reviewing in life, how you are seeing different things happen in your life, okay? And it's so important to review regularly. And that's really honestly what this whole live is about, what this whole podcast is about. It's about actually reviewing your life regularly so that you can see your life transformed, right? So that you can actually accomplish the things that you said that you want to accomplish in life, so that you can actually make the impact that you were supposed to make here on this earth. Right. So it's so important that you do that you actually take the time to review. And this podcast does that weekly. It does one of the cadences that I like to teach. But there are 5 different cadences of review that we should all have in our lives. Okay. And I'm going to break down each one of those right now. So the first one is to review daily. It's so important to review your life daily so that you can see the progress that you're making. I actually use this planner called the Full Focus Planner, and I love it. You know what? I should see if I can get some stock in his. Oh no, he's a private company, so I can't get stock. He need to give me some money, but anyway, this guy, his name is oh gosh, I just blanked on the founder's name. Michael Hyatt. There we go. Michael Hyatt is an amazing guy who has built an amazing business on helping people focus, helping people live their lives with focus and with kind of, just a direction, right? And he has this planner called Full Focus. And one thing that I love about it is that daily you are writing down 3 things that you want to accomplish this day. So it's so important that you do that type of thing with your own life, that you're taking some time to review what happened today. How have you made progress on your goals? How have you made progress on the things that you say were important to you? This is a quick review. It's nothing really fancy. If you got some goals, you're reading through them real quick just to remind yourself, to kind of get yourself hype about what you say is important to yourself, right? Quick reading. Then we get our weekly reviews. This is what we do here on this podcast every single week, right? We're reviewing our week. We're reviewing the past week to see how far we got, and we're reviewing this week so that we can make some time and make sure that we're planning accordingly in our lives, right? So that is a weekly review. This one's a little bit deeper. You're figuring out your progress on your goals, right? Daily, you're just reading them. You may figure out, okay, did I actually do the 3 things that I say I wanted to do today? Not nothing really big, right? But then the weekly one goes a little bit deeper. Okay. It's the one that you're figuring out your progress over the week. You are reviewing your goals a little bit more deeply. Are there quick changes, small changes that you can make for the next week? You're reviewing your calendar to see what you have in time or in the next season or the next week, excuse me, and planning your week accordingly. Like I mentioned, my what's on the docket section is looking at that schedule and seeing, okay, I got a lot going on. How I'm going to do this, right? That's what you're doing at a weekly review. Then you have your monthly review. This one is a little bit deeper, little bit deeper. We're going deeper and deeper, right? This one may take a little bit longer. I actually talk about this every single month. So the fourth or the last Monday of every month, our podcast is dedicated to your monthly review. Break down those 4 things that we do every single monthly review, right? We're looking through what we got done. We're reviewing our goals. We're making some decisions about what we're going to do with these goals. These are the things that you're doing every single month. And if you want a reminder to do that, join the email list. You can join it if you're on Instagram. You can join it by going to my profile and clicking down below, clicking the links below, or typing in your information in the email grab. Or if you're here on Facebook or Instagram, in the comment section, I have all of the information. So join the email list if you would like that. Also, you get an opportunity to have your own affirmation template. If you follow me on Instagram or even on YouTube, you'll see that I post affirmations. These are affirmations that I built for myself so that I know who I am, right? I can walk boldly every day knowing that this is what the word says about me, right? So I created this affirmation template for you so that you can do the same, because it's so important that we dictate, that we speak well over ourselves, okay? So anyway, that's the monthly review. Then quarterly reviews. This is a chance to re-up on your goals, and this should be a little bit deeper review. You're looking at your goals. You're really looking in and seeing, is this a goal that I still want to keep doing? Is this goal still worth doing? Is this something that's actually really helping me accomplish my life plan, my life desires, right? If you follow me long enough, you should have a life plan. If not, I can help you with that. Shoot me a message. But this life plan lays out the things that are important to you, lays out the things that you value in your life. And every single year you are taking time to actually get further in those values, in those desires of your heart. You're building those relationships, those 6 key relationships that I'm always talking about, right? So the quarterly review goes a little bit more in depth. It's now time to look at your goals and see if there's things that you still want to keep going. It's time to look at the next set of goals that you're focusing on in the quarter. Because another thing I talk about and teach is that we have goals spread out across the year. And this is a place for you to really figure out if there's any lessons that you can learn over this last quarter. I actually do have a course called The Reset that helps you do that quarterly and also yearly, which is the last review cadence that you should have in your life. And this is the big one. This is the overhaul. This is the one that you're going to be taking some time with. I recommend a half a day, maybe a day, to go through this and go through the yearly review of your life, where you're looking at your life plan in depth. Are you still running after the things that you said you wanted to run after? Are you still wanting to do the goals that you have and all that kind of stuff? What else do you need to do? Where else do you need to go? Okay, so those are the 5 review cadences that you should have in your life. All right. Now, that was all that I had today. I can talk on this much longer, But this podcast is supposed to be 20 minutes. So we're going to stop now with the usual, and that is the Dream Boost Prayer. Okay? So let's get into it. Lord, show us that a reflective life is an intentional life. Help us to organize our lives so that review is a key part to our lives. Show us the importance of reviewing regularly so that you can accomplish the things that you've placed in us to do. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for today. YouTube, Facebook. I'm sorry that this camera looks like this. I got to figure out what happened with my real camera. I don't know. I was all set and ready to go. And then a minute before we started, that camera shut down. Don't know what's going on. Okay. And then my Instagram folks, y'all got a treat today. Y'all got the whole podcast. Because I need some good videos somewhere. All right. So, anyway, y'all have a great week. Oh, I forgot to end the stream over here. Y'all. I promise I'm not always this. Oh, Father. Anyway, y'all have a great week.